caterpillars. That's to prevent corn rootworm, for instance, in corn. Well, now all the corn pollen with Bt genes in it drifts around, lands on the milkweeds where the monarch butterfly caterpillars eat. They eat, pollen that's contaminated with the very gene that kills caterpillars. In other words, this stuff doesn't stay home. It roams around. And we have no idea what the consequences are. We have a resource in all of that material somewhere for adaptability to changing conditions. So if we're moving into a drought period, for instance, and the crops that we're normally growing aren't drought hardy, well, where do you go to find drought hardy varieties? You go to parts of the world that are already dry. And what would happen if all of those dryland crops in the Middle East or in Africa or in the southwest deserts of America had been replaced with GMOs, with a narrow genetic base, or even hybrids? Hybrid corn doesn't have that kind of genetic resiliency. Where would we go for those genes? But if those varieties are still available somewhere, we've got the genes to work with. I think Seed Savers represents one end of that spectrum, which is to encourage and enlist the help of individuals, ordinary folks, backyard gardeners, small-scale farmers, to become reinvested in growing food on any scale. A few pots on the deck, or a small farm in the neighborhood, or a farmer's market garden, whatever it is, something local, something small, something that many people can be involved in. That's the way food's always been grown. That's why we've had a food supply for thousands of years. We never had industrial agriculture. The genetic resources we have in our broad food supply globally have evolved over thousands of years in many, many environments. So we have everything from the tropics to the arid zones. We have everything from the far north to the deep south to work with. And as climate shift and change, if you don't have that material there to trade and borrow from, there's no other place to go. You can genetically modify, but you've got to have something to modify.